Where is your perineum?
Your perineum?
Nah.
In your chest?
No.
In your eyes? Oh, it's between your cobblers and your... Oh, right.
Did you not know that?
No, you told me.
You've had one all your life as well. What do you do with it?
What do you think then?
Should we go up that lighthouse?
Right, well, Mr. Moyer, let's try and gain entrance to this medieval pepper pot.
Can we come and film in here?
No, you can't.
Why not? Are we not allowed?
Is it interesting? What about if we gave you some money? We've got nearly £1,000.
Would you like £1,000?
Look, I'll show it to her.
Oh, we've got the family-sized jar of stuffed olives as well. Look. Look at the money.
Come in, that could be yours. Oh, that's a no then, is it? Where do they actually keep the pepper? Beneath the mill?
There's £20 coming through.
But you could get to Cirencester on that National Express.
Look.
Hey there.
We've got a dressing gown. Look, rustle it. How much is here? Oh, look, £1,200.
£1,200. One washing machine, a dishwasher, refit on your kitchen, and still some left over for Christmas gifts.
Look, it's coming through. You can grab it.
Oh, should we got the salt cellar over there then? You wouldn't have thought that, would you? Nearly £1,000. There must be something extraordinary.
Something incredible in there, isn't there?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Britain's top light entertainer and singer, Vic Reeves.
The Big Night Out leapt fantastically from the underground onto Channel 4. It was called Vic Reeves' Big Night Out, but Bob was an equal part of the show and was given 10 weeks off work to film the series by his boss.
Claire?
Yeah. And she's most disappointed with you, Bob.
Why?
Well, I thought he was coming back, but he never did.
Did he ever tell you that he was not coming back?
No. Which caused some difficulties for a while.
I know I left a bit of chaos, I know.
What did he leave behind him then?
Well, a caseload of cases to be done, a desk which I tidied up and found things like very old pieces of cake and things like that in his desk. This briefcase.
The briefcase is still there, apparently.
Is this? Maybe I should retrieve it cat burglar style.
I think probably the fact that it's plastic says more about his legal career than anything.
I wasn't any good at it. You have to have a particular, the organisation's the watchword with soliciting.
Do you know what he used to do? He used to have his gown, because he was still doing it when we were doing the big night, and he'd have his gown on in court, and then he'd bring it to the big night and wear it, and it was filthy and covered in beer and that, and he'd never wash it, so it would have gone into court filthy.
Oh, hey, that's justice! Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah! Let all people who have any manner of business before the twisted court of Judge Nutmeg gather forth and give your attention!
So what did you think about the Big Night Out when you saw it on TV? Did you find it funny?
No.
No, Joe! Have you any decent in sentencing policies this week? I have, yes. All my policies are based on the 3 golden rules of the judiciary. And they are? Erratic, hereditary, and above all, custodial.
But I think they're in that tradition of the zany, a terrible word, zany. But it's the only way to describe, they just create their own world.
I think they very much capture that sort of sense of fun and imagination that you have as a teenager before glue sniffing kicks in. Or I suppose it's ecstasy nowadays. That innocence, if it doesn't matter what you're doing. Those kids that put their hood up and hold their parkers out and go running around the park, They're in a different world.
Stand and welcome my first guest of the evening, the man with the stick!
Remember, we were outraged because somebody suggested they should only do a half-hour show. They should, you know, cut down their 2.5-hour show, and we were going, no, you can't do that. Look at it, the purity of it. And, you know, luckily, they took that advice and only did half an hour.
What's on the end of the stick, Vic? We cry. Are you going to reveal what's on the end of your stick, man with the stick? You're not going to reveal it yet? Something interesting, no doubt.
I remember watching it the first week, and I rang in the duty log to complain because I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever seen. I thought it was disgraceful, and I watched it the next week thinking they can't show this again. And then I kind of begin to, oh, I see, I get it. And then of course by the end of the series, an addict, you know.
We've got a thimble near a baker's footprint. Wendy Richards pulling a cup out of a policeman's stomach.
All the reasons I didn't like it on the first week were the reasons I did like it in subsequent weeks. The self-indulgence, or the apparent self-indulgence at any rate.
You would not believe it, ladies and gentlemen, out the back just now, Cliff Mitchellmore, running, bobbing along with this little sort of like wheelbarrow full of yoghurt, all these tiny little witches hovering above it.
I swept along with it, and I specifically remember at that time going to college, starting up, and building a couple of friendships on the fact that other people also liked the show, or loved the show, really. You couldn't like it, you loved it or hated it.
What we've got here, El Diablo at the chiropodist's having some lodged pasta removed from his hoof. El Diablo, or the devil.
Do you consider yourself a surrealist?
I don't really know what that, you know, I wouldn't like to want to know what that means, because I think it suggests that you're trying to be something. So no.
Would you rather your company have no meaning?
No, it has meaning, but it's disguised, veiled meanings. They it's a cross between, a lot of the stuff we do is either very obvious or very obvious and veiled.
Does it take you by surprise when this stuff appears?
No, it just comes out, and the words and the connections are there, but it depends whether they sound good together.
Is that what it's about? Just sound?
No, there's a lot more than that, and it's very difficult to describe it and explain. I don't really know myself. I'm loath to think about it. Well, I've never, ever since I was a child, wanted people to think that they knew me, so they could expect something. So it's always, I suppose I've always been, especially with characters, we've made them into things that people wouldn't expect. So you wait till you think people know them, and then destroy the images by turning them into something else. So that's the sort of, you know, that's probably, that comes out of me, not wanting people to get into me.
Do you consider yourself an eccentric?
No. Just, I would consider myself somebody who's interested in things, but not an eccentric.
Interested in eccentricity?
I'm interested in eccentricities in everything, really, people and things. But I just like oddness. Some people get the kicks from odd sexual things, you know. I get mine from odd visions.
But these ears here, they look really realistic. What are they made of?
No sacrifice is too great. Jesus.
Vic's real obsession is grandiose gestures, I think. He, like, you know, if you've done anything that is quite unusual, you know, if you play water skiing or something like that, he will be the world champion at it. Whether he's ever been or not, that's the nature of his mind. And Bob's real obsession is far too grotesque to talk about in front of the camera. Seriously, you know, there's no pun intended, no jest. I really can't. I really can't.
Narrated! Narrated!